Hey, check it out. So you want to sell more high ticket offers, right? And you want to make more money and more profit on your online business, right? Guess what? This video right here is for you. All right. You're not familiar with me, but my name is Amaz Israel. And um, I got this book maybe like 20 days ago called Boss Moves by Myron Goldman. I've been reading this book, and what I wanted to do is share an in-depth summary with you on what's going on in this book and how it actually has accurate information regarding helping you scale up your income and learning how to sell high ticket offers. All right. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna bust it down probably into three parts because it's not something that I can explain quickly, but I'm gonna break it down into three parts so you get some understanding. And I'm gonna make sure to leave the link in the description so you can grab this book because a lot of online things tell you about how you can do this and that, but this book right here, it's got some pretty great information and it's pretty accurate. And you're gonna win if you read this book because guess what? I'm winning. All right. So let's get into it. All right. The first thing that wakes you up in this book is his principle saying, um, I don't want to call it a principle, it's a fact, right? It's easier to make more money in a shorter period of time than it is to make less money in a longer period of time. And I'm gonna break it down and show you what that actually means. So the first thing we want to pay attention to is the acronym for BOSS, right? It's Business Optimization Success Secrets. All right. Why is it called secrets? Because everybody don't know about it. This is why buying the book is beneficial to you because everybody don't have the book. Everybody ain't gonna buy the book. But when you do buy this book, you're gonna learn some success secrets. All right. So if you interested in business, you need these secrets. Let me just say it like that. All right. So here's three moves that you got to understand in this book, right? Um, the right business model. Um, let's see, the right business model. Let me open my book here. Um, the business market and the right business message, right? Um, you gotta know where to fit in, have the right model, and have the right message for the particular market that you trying to be involved in, right? You got to understand those three things first. There's four different types of business model, right? You got a Walterpreneur, a what Walterpreneur, Welcherpreneur, and entrepreneur, right? I know that sounds confusing, but we're going to explain that, all right? So as a entrepreneur, right, you got an idea, you want to go into business. Um, your idea is to sell low level products at low prices, right? Which will eventually build up to something, but your focus is not high, right? Your focus is on low level things in bulk, right? Um, and you got the idea to do that, meaning like you want to go into business, right? So when you thinking about low budget things, you're gonna make low profits, right? That's just a fact about it. And then another example would be having low ticket items but a high volume of them, right? Meaning it's a small cost but you have bulk, right? You have like innumerous amounts of it, so you never have to worry because you're going to sell those things and it's going to eventually stack up to wealth, right? But there's a long process with that, you understand? Here's the thing, right? To be the best, you want to sell higher ticket items at higher prices, right? And if you're worried about an issue, understand it's really not an issue because um, people who want the best is not going to have a problem paying for the best, right? So the value of what you selling them is the main point. You want to sell them the payoff you're not selling them based on what you trying to project as the quality and all. You selling them the payoff. They are interested in the value of what they're buying, so that's never gonna be an issue. You know what I'm saying? For instance, if you were going to get a heart surgery, you're not going to want the cheapest surgeon, right? You're gonna want the most expensive surgeon, who's most expensive. Why? Because his value for pulling it off and you being alive is credible. So that's what you want to focus on when you selling a program, right? You want to focus on charging what you actually need to charge or what you want to charge, because you're offering them the best value and you're selling them the actual payoff, right? You're not trying to convince them on oh, try this product or that product. You're selling them on the payoff. So in essence, you're selling them themselves through you, because they only interested in what the payoff is. All right. Let's move on to number two. The second move is the right business market, right? And the market comes in three different levels. You have the commodity market, the middle class market, and the premium market, right? You can look at that in terms of need. The middle being those who can afford, and the premium, they got it right. So there's three different markets, and what you we got to learn about those three different markets. This book is good, man. I'm telling you, it really breaks stuff down into things that you probably ain't never really thought about, right? So let's get back into it. So your commodities market is price sensitive, because that's like it's in the main factor of trade and economics. You know, you got your like, you got your fruit, oil, um, orange juice, gold. You know, when you look at the stock market, a lot of people trade commodities, and those prices fluctuate up and down. So that's one level that you can sell at, right? And you got to know what you're doing when you're dealing with the commodities market. All right. You got your middle class markets dealing with like cars, buying houses, buying different type of assets, right? And those prices we already know, they tend to fluctuate and go up as time moves on, and um, what's it called? The inflation happens, right? So that's your middle class, and with that middle class, it's like it's a hit and miss, because a lot of the times you're not actually getting the right value for what the market charges, but it is what it is. Um, and that's what just goes on. You got to deal with. Then you got the premium market, right? In the premium market, you generate wealth fast, right? Why? Because the people in the premium market, they got money, they got it to spend, they want to spend on the best value, and they're not going to give you no hassle with it. This is why when you sell in the premium market, you're able to generate money faster, because you're dealing with people who have it, who's not going to hesitate to give it to you for the right value. And that's where the wealthpreneurs are. You know what I'm saying? You sell high volume products for high ticket prices, and that's how you scale up quickly, right? So those are the four levels in um the four types of markets, right? And the book teaches you more about that, and we'll get into that maybe more later. All right. Another thing that the book teaches you about is, if you selling to everyone, you selling to no one, right? So you want to make sure that your message appeals to the right market. You don't want to just have a general message that is to everyone. You want it specific. So if it's dealing with the commodities market, it should be there. If it's middle class, if it's premium, it should go in the right market. It's the same message is not for everyone, and you got to understand that. And you can't be hesitant to put a high ticket price on the right value, right? You only as good as you believe you are. Your product is only as good as you believe it. So if you think something is a lot of money, that's the tip of where you going. If when you start seeing what you think as a lot as the bottom, then you only can go up, right? So you got to place the right price for the value, and you can't be scared to do that. So there's four main areas to focus on in building your business, and the first of those is lead generation, right? So you got your lead generation, and then you got the percentage of your leads that convert to actual sales, right? So lead conversion sales, right? Meaning like if you have let's say um let's say you got 100 leads, you got an offer for $1,000 at a 10% conversion rate. That's $10,000, right? Or 200 leads, $2,000 offer at 10% conversion rate. That's $20,000, right? So the main thing you want to do is learn how to generate leads. This is the reason why you see so many ads coming up trying to get you to sign up and give your email. That's generating leads, because when you generate leads, now you have an audience to market to. So lead generation is a very important factor in having the right business model and scaling your business. All right, the second of the four is lead conversion, meaning you generated leads. Now you want to figure out how to convert those leads, right? So the way you do this is you got to have better messages, right? You got to have um, better commercials, if you will, or better, more attractive more attractive pitch in your videos, in your webinars, in your Facebook ads, right? You want to make sure those things look right and they are better, and that's going to help you to actually convert potential leads into going into buyers. All right, so lead conversion. The third is customer ascension, right? Like meaning you generated leads, you converted them to sales, right? And now they're your customers, right? So you have those customers. Now you're able to give them another offer. For instance, like let's say if you had like a coffee shop, you can always make new, like from, let's say you had basic coffee, then you had cold coffee, frappuccinos. Now you make different flavors, right? Now you sell package up coffee beans, you sell a coffee maker. All those things keep extending what you already had to your customers, and those same customers will continue to buy from you, which makes more money in the long run for you. All right, so that's the third one, customer ascension, right? You generated them, you converted them to sales, now they're your customers, and now you got people who basically looking for whatever value you got. You have those customers. It's like musicians with fans. They, you know how they say, you got, you, as long as you're making good music, you got fans for life. You know, you can go from selling music to selling merchandise, your t-shirts, your posters, and so on. All right, so the focus of the book is to teach you how to sell higher ticket items. Like, would you rather sell to 200 leads, um a thou a 20 at a 20% conversion rate to make $40,000, or would you rather sell to 40 leads at a 10% conversion rate to make 40,000? Which one is going to happen faster? That's what you got to learn and understand, and that's what the book is trying to teach you. And the fourth of the four is customer retention, meaning you want to retain those customers, right? So you want to sell them like a continuity program, like you want to make them annual subscribers. You want to have an offer that they can stick next to you annually at a price that you position it at, so that you keep those customers. So you made money off your first offer, your second offer, and now you got a forever customer that's continuing to pay you. So you making money on the front end and always making money on the back end. All right. The next thing it talks about is bringing more value, right? How do you bring more value? And it has four different levels of value that's brought to the marketplace. It's implementation, unification, communication, and imagination, right? So you have like, and at the implementation, you it's basically talking about like your worker bees, right? You got people who their value is only based on muscle. They're the people who physically do the movements in putting together the building, right? You got your workers, right? Then the second one is the unification, meaning you know how to unify the first group of people, to get them to do what's needed, right? So you better at bringing value at a management level, right? You know how to unify the people. That's what you're good at. Then you have the communication, right? This is why you got like entertainers, um, rappers, uh, promotional and motivational speakers. They are good at communication, meaning their influence is based on how good they communicate, right? And then you have the imagination, meaning the sky is the limit. A person who knows how to think and use their imagination, they're going to always be able to come up with the new products, the new ideas. They are limitless in their value to the market. All right. When you have all four of them, guess what? You the top scale with what it takes to be at the top of business. This is like your high level CEOs, your presidents of companies, because they've mastered each different level of bringing that value to the market. You understand? And then the main boss skill that you have to master, as it teaches you, is you got to become good at selling, right? You got to become good at so good at selling that people have no problem paying you for what you're offering. Because why? You're offering them something that they personally value at a high level, right? They're not going to pay you for what you want to sell them. They're going to pay you because you selling them the value that they're looking for. So you got to become good at doing that. So when you add all these things together, this is how you're going to become a boss. So essentially what you're doing is having people pay you for a problem that you know they have. How you going to do that? That means you got to learn how to listen, right? When you persuading somebody to get your offer, you're not conning them into it. You're not convincing them. You are simply listening to their problem and giving them the solution. They are paying you for a solution to their problem. So you got to become good at listening. This listening is a skill. A lot of people try to sell you based on how they put together, I'm gonna sell them it like this, I'm gonna pitch it like that. But you don't have to do that if you just learn to listen. The customer is going to tell you what their problem is. All you have to do is provide the solution to the problem. You got content and context. The content is the solution that your potential customer is looking for that you provide. The context is how you frame it. You know what I'm saying? How you show them it's going to work. How you explain the value that they're going to get out of it. And that's what's going to make you better at selling. Listening, creating a solution, and then positioning it in a way that's irresistible, because they can see that you actually going to provide the value that they looking for. You're never going to be trying to sell them the process. You always want to sell them the payoff. You understand that? Um, this is what is valuable to them. They only looking for the payoff. They don't care um, what issues you come up with trying to solve the problem. They want the problem solved. So you want to concentrate on selling them the payoff. Problem solved. Always provide the high value offer that gives the results they looking for in the correct market. And this is how you're going to win. All right. You understand that? I'm going to go ahead and land my plane here for section one. Always remember, an offer that you don't make is an offer that they don't take. All right. So you want to find you some high ticket clients, business owners that you can help solve a solution, a problem that they have, and you want to provide that solution. And we're gonna stop it right there. I'm gonna leave the link below this video so that you can purchase the book, and I'll see you in section two. All right, peace.